Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Heart to Heart with Shikha, and today's conversation is about healing your inner child. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Shikha Sipai and I am a certified hypnotherapist and a certified past life regressionist, and I have been doing this for past 3 years now. Prior to this, I was an IT professional, but after an intense transformation of having a spiritual awakening, I was guided to my purpose in this lifetime, and that is being helping people. So after being in IT for so long and being in this universe, in this reality, in a certain way, it was very difficult to understand everything that was going around me. And when I started to kind of understand and comprehend um, everything that was happening to me, I kind of understood that our purpose in this lifetime, all of us, our purpose in this lifetime is to actually find who we are as individuals and what is our contribution to this humanity and in this universe. We are also embedded in this reality, which the materialistic world, we call it. And we are constantly just either working hard and doing things on a daily basis. But what we don't realize is that in all this, we are actually losing the essence of our own identity. And there's nothing wrong in being, wanting or having the desire to have things in your life, have the comforts of the materialistic world, or even just have a family and, having responsibility. That is a part of learning, and we all need to do that. But where is the line? Where is the line? The line is when we start losing ourselves, when we start forgetting who we are, and we start living by the rules of the society, by the rules of our family, by the rules of everything else around it, and we lose ourselves completely as an individual. Now, again, don't get me wrong. This is not about not wanting to follow rules or not following rules. Freedom doesn't mean that you break free from all the rules and you start living the life of, being a vagabond or just living in the jungle. It's not about that. Freedom is knowing who you are. Freedom is knowing what your inner child needs. When I talk about inner child is basically what we feel within ourselves when we are completely by ourselves, with no restrictions, no judgment from others, no limitations put on us by how we were made to feel growing up as a kid, or how our programming has been since we have been growing up. That is your inner child. The inner child is literally like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old kid who wants to live free and be the free person and do whatever they want to, basically to keep them happy. So the healing of the inner child brings us that happiness. Once again, it's a simple question: what makes you happy? Have you ever thought about that? What makes you happy? It is again a simple question, but it is loaded with a lot of anxiety. It's loaded with a lot of self realization that what really makes me happy. So here's the thing, that to heal your inner child, the first thing you need to ask yourself is this question: what really makes you happy? What would make you happy? Again, we have been told certain things since we have been growing up as kids, by our parents, by our teachers, by our colleagues, friends. And then, of course, as we grew up, we went about in the society, people told us various things. And then we formed a belief based on whatever we told, that this is who we are and this is how we are. But what we forget, that we also need to know who we are. So if somebody asks you that question, what makes you happy? What keeps you safe? What is the most comforting thing for you? You should have the answers. But most of the time we don't. We don't have those answers because we have been told since childhood that, hey, you are pretty, or hey, you have bad hair, or hey, you are too fat or too thin. So that is the problem, because we started believing whatever we were being told by everyone else around us. So we kind of forgot who we are. And once again, it does not mean that people, whoever were telling us, necessarily were telling us bad things. They could have been good things too. But again, we started believing everything what everyone else was saying, because that is what we grew up with. So it is very, very important for all of us to go back to the time when we did not feel these restrictions on us, when we did not feel judged by others, because we were judged by others and then we started judging ourselves too. Either we became overconfident or we have low self-esteem. So one way or the other, we don't have the balance. So we have to go back to the time and see what is really our inner child wanting. What were those situations in our life that hurt that inner child, that made that inner child the person we are today? And that is evolution of ourselves. We are here to become a better version of ourselves, not based on what other people tell us, based on how our inner child wants to be, what we really need. So if growing up, suppose your passion was, say, cooking, but the first dish you made, it sucked and it was really bad. And then someone told you, you should never cook again. And that's it. That was it. You're never going to cook again. But guess what? That was somebody else made you believe that. But maybe if you try again, you would be a perfect cook. So where your passion lies, go to the place where your passion lies. Heal your inner child by closing your eyes, finding that little boy, that little girl who is within you, who wants to be happy, who wants to be peaceful. Not based on what others told them, but based on what you feel. And of course, our parents also are very much responsible for how we turn out to be as adults. But again, think about it. Whatever your parents told you, whatever they said to you, was based on their own limiting beliefs, how they were brought up, how they were told by their parents. So it is just passing on the same thing over and over again. So if you make the improvement, if you heal your inner child, guess what? You will become a better parent for your own children. And then they will become better parents for their own children. And this is how the whole society will start changing for the better. Of course, we have to abide by the norms, the rules, but not the rules of what an individual thinks about you. The rules have to be based on what you think in your mind, in your heart, is the right thing to do. And that is why, of course, you have to heal your inner child, but live the life of integrity and honesty. Integrity is basically when no one is watching, then you're doing the right thing. So you have to know that healing your inner child, going back to those parts of you that you lost, and you started doing things or believing in things based on whatever you were told, good or bad, again, by people around you. Go back to those parts and find the person you really are. Once you find who you are and heal from that and become the better version of yourself by healing from that trauma. If you feel anger, if you feel frustration, if you feel like crying, if you feel sadness, then so be it. Nobody is perfect and nobody needs to be perfect. You just need to be yourself. You just need to be yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your freedom. You have to believe to be safe. So if anything bothers you, if anything or anyone bothers you, try to look around and see where their judgment was coming from for you. It's not you, it's them. It's their conditioning, it's their brain, it's their subconscious, it's their thinking. And that's why they're putting those restrictions on you, because probably they grew up with those restrictions. And probably that's how they feel about life. So be free, free of expression, not rude, but kind. Be generous, be beautiful, be amazing, but not for anyone else, for yourself. If you look at yourself in the mirror and if you want to say something to someone else, first ask this question to yourself. If someone said this to me, how would I feel? And then you will never say the wrong thing. So ask this question. If somebody behaved with you the way someone else is behaving with you, or if you want to say something rude to someone, then look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, if I say this to someone or someone else said to me the same thing, how would I feel? And then you'll never say anything rude to anyone. So be kind, be generous, but also be loving of yourself. Love yourself first. Heal your inner child. So go back, do a little meditation, close your eyes, and go to that little girl and little boy and ask him, what do you need? Where are you coming from? And show the belief in them. Believe in them. And it's okay. And everything is okay. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. And when you are able to have that conversation with your inner child and forgive yourself for anything you feel that you're still holding on to about yourself, if you made a mistake in the past, as a teenager, you did something wrong, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for that. And forgive everyone else, especially your parents. Because if you forgive your parents, then you will be able to move on from the trauma. They might have been really, really strict, or they might have said something to you that must have really hurt you. But again, remember this, they did not heal their inner child. So their inner child was already hurting from how they were brought up. And so they just passed the whole thing down to you. So don't pass this on to your children. Heal yourself. Let that anger, let that fear, let that sadness leave you. Go away and become a better person for yourself. And when you will start vibrating in your genuine energy and become the genuine version of yourself, then automatically you will become a better version for your children, for your family, and for everyone else around you. We all need to work on ourselves. And that's the truth. Nobody is perfect. So until next time, I wish you all the very best. And once again, if you need help healing your inner child, hypnotherapy can definitely help by going into your subconscious and helping you address those traumatic memories, even the littlest memories that have been sitting in your subconscious mind and you're not being able to release them. So hypnotherapy can definitely help you with that. So feel free to contact me and we can schedule a free consultation and I can tell you more about hypnotherapy. I have helped many transform their lives, including myself. So I will be more than happy to help you. So subscribe to this channel and share it with whoever you feel needs a little bit of happiness in their life. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Until next time.